Um,
Like my analogy with basketball, like
right,
I'm addicted to basketball.
right. I mean, yeah, it would be weed. Like if we're breaking it down to that,
Right. You feel me? Like when
because
you really break it
because like
down.
you just said, you could be addicted to basketball. So it's like just because you're addicted to it, don't necessarily make it a bad thing. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like we're addicted to water. You know what I'm saying? Like we're addicted to a lot of things, but we just don't name it addicted. So it's like the only reason you could look at trees as addicting is because of the fact that they attach it to drugs. Because at that point, people are addicted to coffee every morning. Like there's certain things that human beings do on a day-to-day basis. Ours happens to be trees, and it's like I know in my eyes it grows from a seed that grows from a ground, and just like a fruit does, just like anything does. So at that point I can't ever look at it in a side eye type of way. But I do know this isn't for an addictive break. This is just for a mind perspective. Because just like basketball, trees will always be there. You could stop smoking for 2 years. You could stop playing basketball for 2 years. At any given moment that you want to change that and start doing either or again, it's going to be within reach forever as long as we're existing. Because all you need is a rubber ball and you can make anything out of a hoop, and the trees is going to grow from the ground. So it's like, that's why when I put down basketball, I was on some shit like, it's for the greater good because I know ultimately I want to be a coach. So I know I'm going to come back to it. Like that's still wife. But
It's like in all reality, you put down basketball, but you picked up something else that gives you that same type of love in basketball. If I'm not mistaken, no.
like what?
So with like how you do like you're producing your shit.
Yeah, but I
Like,
didn't. Yeah. But I
you see
didn't
what I'm
find
saying?
that
You
shit till
getting to
like.
you getting to the same type of
That's
mold
a
that you
fact.
want to for basketball. You feel me? Because like I watch you do that shit, and then like nigga, you blocked off everything around you. Like you
Real
don't even
quick.
like.
Yeah, when you hear the beat that I started that day, when the moments you talking about, bro, that's my best one too. That's what I was like, yo, I found some shit when you talking about, like I found this pattern that it was like fuck, and it just going crazy,
You was locked in there. You
locked
feel me?
in there.
And that was just you. Like I was sitting right next to you, and like I wasn't there.
Yep, and
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 that's how I feel.
that.
That's how I feel about like basketball sometimes. Like I'll be in the gym with all y'all niggas or whatever, but when I'm in my zone, like it's just me out there. You
Oh
feel
yeah,
me?
especially when you be hooping with your headphones.
Right.
Of
So you see what
course.
I'm saying? So you understand what I'm saying? Like, bitch,
Mm,
I'm already hooping. Plus I got music in my ear, so I'm drowning y'all out, and I'm hooping. You feel me? So
right.
I'm really in my head type shit. So it's just like when I see you do that, I'm just like, this nigga had that same type of love that he had for basketball for this. So it's like you put something down, but you gain something greater.
It
You
took a
feel me?
little minute though to find it.
Right. And that's life. You
And
gotta be like,
then stop. You talking that real right now. You talking that real. Nah, cause I was just connecting them dots the other day. Cause it's like cause to me basketball, I love it because I don't really like to talk about myself, and I don't really like that part being how I display myself is by talking. I don't like that. But basketball allowed me to exemplify who I was through a sport. Like it was the vessel to my character. Like you could be like, oh, he be hustling. You could be like, oh, he be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? Like you could see these things off of your basketball skills and shit like that. So it's like that is what I love about that. But like, yes, these beats now and shit like that, that does the same thing. Cause this is my personality. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This is what I feel. Like, so it's like, this is me. That's
that's hard because like at the end of the day, like you have conceptions, but nigga, you are conceptions.
right.
So like you put on the mask to get to this person, but it's just like Peter Parker, Spider Man. Nigga, that's still Spider Man.
Yeah.
He might be Peter Parker,
Right.
but at the end of the day, he still have all the same powers, all the same gifts.
It ain't like I'm hiding behind the mask. Right.
As I say, you put the mask on so you don't know it's me, but I know when I look in the mirror who I'm looking at.
Exactly.
Damn, that touched me.
Cause that, you know, that's 100.
That's 100.
You know that's 100.
I know who I'm looking at. Like, I know who I am at the end of the day. That's crazy. And when you break it down like that, it's just like all these superheroes, like in their regular life, they're still superheroes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
like how LeBron James, like you look at him like the basketball player, but off the court, that nigga still is this nigga. You feel me? Like, it's not like he just, on the court, he's just LeBron James. Like, off the court, I'm still that LeBron James. I'm a king. Like, you feel me? Like, you have to treat me and look at me as such. So even if I never won a championship, even if I do win a championship, like, I'm that nigga. You feel me? So it's just like, that's crazy how, like, on and off, you still have to, that's why, like, you really never are off.
Right.
You feel me? If that makes sense. So what I'm saying, like, as a superhero, as a person of high caliber, you really never are like off. So like even LeBron not playing basketball right now, everything he do is minuscule in like, you know, he just made a movie. And I niggas talking about that. You feel me? It's always gonna be something talked about when you're up in the, you know what I'm saying? When you're little, nobody gives a fuck. You can do whatever. Oh, Ray Ray went to jail, all right. But now look at Richard Sherman. You know what I'm saying? That nigga wasn't in the news for nothing. Now he doing this. Now, oh, well, look at him now. Everybody always got something to say when you're like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
That's 100.
Like, you're always being watched. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, on and off the court. Like, you always just, like, and, like, Kobe was great on the court. But then it's just, like, everybody got the, well, you cheated on his wife, man. It's just this and that. You see what I'm saying? That's why LeBron is so great, because till this day, they have
no dirt. Not one speck.
That's tough. You know, as much as hate they want to say, now they go talk about his acting. The nigga done did everything there is to do.